Well, I thought it would be a good idea if I bought a pressure washer on an online auction house. And to my surprise, it was actually a pressure washer, but it's not running properly. So let's see what we can do about that. Come check out what we're doing. Subscribe, like, share. So this is what I ended up with. It's a Ryobi 3300 PSI pressure washer. Kind of basic, but it's got this idle down feature that seems pretty cool, but I don't think that's working. So we're gonna see what we can do to fix it. This is a model. Let's see if we got the model number on here somewhere. It's the RY80589. Put some gas in it. See if we can get it cranked and see what she does. Just put regular gas in there, 87. It's got its own oil tank. So this is not a mixture. All right, that'll be enough for us to get a little testing on. So first step, see if we can even get this thing to crank. The other interesting thing here is it had this cable that's not attached to anything. I'm sure that's part of the problem. That leads me to believe that that's part of the idle down feature, so maybe that's what's causing some of the issue. So let's attach our hose here. Bought a new hose because guess what? The other one had a hole in it. Go figure. Get what you pay for sometimes. So I think these ends are the same. Yeah. Plug this one up here. And we'll go find us a water supply. Got the water all hooked up. And let's see what she does. Fuel valve open. So she runs. As you can see, she's got no gusto. And she quit. Now we're gonna figure out what's wrong. So first thing I noticed too is there's this spring wire right here. And I believe that's connected to, it's supposed to connect to a throttle right here. No throttle though. And this probably should connect in there too if it's gonna be part of that. So we're going to take this down and see what we can find. So we'll start with removing the air box. Little wing nut here, little corrosion. Pull the air filter off. Looks remarkably clean. So this thing must have not been used a whole lot. Maybe it just sat outside or somebody harvested parts off of it, who knows. This is the governor connection right here. This limits it from throttling too high. But this looks like where there should be a throttle. And it's not gonna work without it. That's why it won't idle any higher than it is. Let's pull this off and see if we can find replacement parts for it. So I'm just gonna take an 8mm socket, pull this off of here. Looks like there's 2 bolts. If you don't have one of these swivel ratchets, pretty dope. Once you crack it loose, you can turn it like a screwdriver. Whoa, don't want to drop the bolt down there. So it's just these 2 bolts right here. Now this is, whoa. Apparently these are the little tensioner washers that fell off here that would maintain the tension on the throttle while you're using it. So let's see if we can find what this really should look like. So after a little research, I think I found a replacement part. I'll put it in the description below with a link. This is what it looks like. I think this is what this piece should look like. Where's the old one? So this is what came off, and this is what I purchased. They're not exactly the same, but I think this will work. This is actually from a slightly different model of this, but I think it'll still be compatible. So we're gonna take our new component here and kind of wiggle it down into its proper home. Gotta get around, you'll see these two bolt holes line up, so that's good. That means we might be onto something. Now we need to get this hooked up to that little hole underneath there, right there. I'm just gonna grab it right here, feed it in. Oh, there we go. All right, get our two bolts. Get this one going here. And the other one actually has a little cable holder for this line right here. So we'll just make sure we put that back on with it. There we go. Now we'll tighten this thing on here. Snug these up. All right. So now we have a throttle lever in here, which hopefully will give us some more power. Now we need to determine what to do with this guy. So I think this goes here. And actually this will go in and out with the water pressure. I think that's actually gonna move this throttle lever to go idle up, idle back. And it looks like this plastic component here that holds this cable should fit right in there, just like that. Look at that. And then that looks like a compression. Hey, look at there. All right, we're in business. So now we'll just screw this thing down. I imagine we'll have to set that distance there since it's sliding, so we'll see what that ultimately looks like. But for now, maybe we'll just set it right in there. We may have to come back and adjust it. So I'm gonna hold the nut side of this with the pliers and screw this down, and it'll clamp down on that wire. That linkage there. Okay. There we go. So now it goes in and out through this. So now we need to, I guess, put it back together, see if we fixed anything, or if we just fixed one problem. Put this O-ring on. It's kind of beat up, but it'll do for now. This guy sits on top of that. There we go. Put our air filter back on. Wing nut to hold it on. Put that airbox cover back on that one. Put this little plastic nut on. Who knows? Maybe we fixed it. Let's go test it out and see. Let's turn the water on. Purge it of air here. turn it back to on, set this to start, fuel valve open. Make sure the throttle's backed all the way off. Let's see what happens. All right, well, we got somewhere. Let's try that again. All right, so it's shoving the throttle all the way open there. Maybe our throttle linkage, the tension on it's too tight. You look down in here, that little screw right there, we may need to tighten that. So now let's try that again. Doing something, but it doesn't have much juice. Kind of didn't like that either. Maybe now let's try the linkage, move the linkage, see if that makes any difference. See if we can get in here with this. We'll try moving that a little bit. See if that makes any difference. Try this again. I never moved it from start to choke to run. Goodness gracious. Look at that. We made progress. All right, so now there needs to be some adjustments. It's going too wide open throttle. So I think I moved that linkage too far. So come over here, you'll see that right there. I think it's a little bit too far. So let's try and fix that. Might not burn my hands in the process here. This thing's wicked hot. Just be careful doing this because this muffler over here is a little hot already. So let's try that right there. Oh, that little linkage got a lot of power in it. Didn't expect that. Okay. Let's try this again. So I just adjusted the tension on that screw. Well, folks, we bought a $65 Ryobi pressure washer off an auction house. Did not work. But all hope is not lost. Took a little time, took a little patience. We found the issue in the greatest shoes ever made. Bought some parts, and we got it running. You saw it. That is the definition of fix it. We don't throw it away if we don't have to. That thing hopefully will last several years. That goes to show that we can fix things if we just put a little work into it. Hopefully these videos will help encourage some of you to do that. There's information in the description. There's some links to the parts. I would love to see you comment. Let me know your thoughts, anything you want to see. Come check out what we're doing. Subscribe, like, share, and we'll be on to the next one. Nix it or fix it. Deuces.